I'm Jeff Philbin.
What's up, Doc?
This is Dinner Diaz, here to show you how to make a more interesting idea for dinner every day. Today, shoo the rabbits out of the carrot patch because you're gonna need a bunch of this festival of flavors. We're making Gulf Snapper with an orange yogurt sauce, homemade tarragon pesto, and a farro and carrot salad. Joining us in the Dinner Diaz kitchen is Olivia Giesler. She's the executive chef with the Pearl, one of the latest additions to the Tampa's Michelin Guide. Welcome to the Dinner Diaz kitchen, my friend.
Thank you so much for having me. Happy to be here.
Today, you're going to be sharing a recipe for seafood, a sauce, and a salad. We're talking Gulf Snapper with an orange yogurt sauce, some homemade tarragon pesto, and a farro and carrot salad, all within 30 minutes.
Yes.
All right. Where do we get started then?
We're going to start with the bigger stuff, so we're going to start with our farro salad.
Okay.
So we're going to boil the farro.
Okay.
So this is an ancient grain, so we've got some hot boiling water here, salted, and go ahead and put the farro in. Yep. Okay. We're going to turn that up a bit, making sure it's nice and hot.
And all we just added there was just a little bit of some bay leaf and what
fresh
else
bay leaf and thyme, so nice fresh herbs to give that aromatic to it.
It's already coming together right now.
Yes.
What's next then?
Next, we're going to get the reduction going for our orange yogurt sauce.
Okay.
So I have orange juice right here, and then we're also going to add lemon juice. So it doesn't have to start in a hot pan, but it can. And then our lemon juice right here. So a little more orange, a little more lemon. So we're going to have sweet and tangy going on.
Okay, so it has that juxtaposition right there for it.
Right.
Okay.
And we're going to let that reduce by half. So it's going to take a few minutes, and then we'll let it cool before we're adding it to our yogurt. So.
To grab Chef Olivia's recipe for everything she's making today, we have the full ingredient list and directions all ready to print at our website, dinnerdiaz.com. You can even read along on your phone if you're so inclined. All you need to do is just scan the QR code we have in the corner of the screen. Just open up the camera on your phone, point at the TV, and a link to us should appear on your phone that takes you straight to our site. All right, so we're just going to let this reduce. Do we need to do anything with these onions?
So we're going to get our saute pan is hot. You always want to start hot pan, cold oil. Helps keep stuff from sticking and gets everything going and started. So, and we'll get the onions in there. So the onions I just did large dice. You can do however you want. So just medium, easy, not too fussy. And we'll go there, and we'll add a little bit of salt to get the seasoning going, and it's going to help bring out some of the water for it and get that cooking process going. Now we can get our carrots going. So I have our carrots cut, the oblique cut here, and we're going to add a little bit of sugar to this. That's going to help bring out some of the sugars. Not too much, I'm not candying the carrots, just a little bit of glaze. So just kind of give it a little nudge in that direction.
Okay.
And, sorry, a little spoon. We have, like little baby spoon. This is the ají amarillo, so a yellow chili paste right there. This is going to add a little bit of color and add a little bit of spice to it.
Now this is easy to find in the grocery store?
Easy, or maybe like an Asian market, so or maybe in the international area, you probably could find this.
Okay.
So we're going to add a couple tablespoons of butter here. A little salt, a nice pinch, and white pepper. White pepper, I just do a pinch because it can go real spicy real quick.
We're a lot of burners, so we best take a break. But when we come back, how Chef Olivia does her thing with Snapper ahead on Dinner Diaz. Welcome back to Dinner Diaz. We're bringing you all the flavors today with our guest chef, Olivia Giesler, who's brought us a recipe for Gulf Snapper with an orange yogurt sauce, tarragon pesto, and a farro and carrot salad straight from the menu at her restaurant, The Pearl, to your dining table tonight. Before the break, we cooked up some farro, a hidden gem of a grain, an ancient grain, for a salad, then started in orange sauce for our fish, combining orange juice and lemon juice and letting it reduce. Meanwhile, we also started caramelizing some onions for the salad. Then in another pan, because we found that much more space to find pans to do this, we took carrots up a notch, sauteing them with yellow chili paste, lemon juice, water, salt, butter, and sugar, and let that all simmer. And with the magic. Like, look at what we've got going on over here. These carrots look absolutely beautiful.
So these are lovely glazed carrots now. So the sauce is reduced down, the carrots are nice and tender, and you're gonna get this glaze action from it. So we're ready to pull that off and set that to the side, but it's nice and beautiful, so.
I mean, that's a great side for anything.
Yeah.
You know, like this is just one that just kind of takes carrots because you got some people that are just like, hey, carrots, what else can I do with it? That's kind of fun. But this is a way that you can just add this to any dish now, it looks like.
Yeah, it's great because you can add the flavor. It can be any side dish, and you can just elevate them up to the next level.
I love that. All right.
Wonderful. And then we have over here our orange and lemon juice reduction.
I mean, and we started with a good amount of liquid, and like,
Yes.
look at it right now. I mean, this is like, there's nothing there.
Yeah, it's almost like a
it's gone.
syrup. Yeah. So that way the flavors are nice and concentrated, and it's going to cut through it without being super loose for the sauce, which is really nice.
All right, so what happens next with this?
So we're pulling it off, and we're going to let it cool. And so I just got ice right here all ready to go. And a little
So is this like a
spatula.
cool little tip of the trade here to kind of help cool it down a little faster?
Yeah, so having ice ready to go is just going to make it nice and easy. Make sure your bowl's big enough so it's not fighting itself, but that way you're not waiting on it all day for it to cool down. So we have our Greek yogurt here. We'll go ahead and add our honey to this. So that's going to add a nice little sweetness. So it's nice and simple right there, but you've got the tart and tangy from your yogurt. And we're going to do a little bit of salt. We can always add more or less. A little bit of cumin.
Think you can make this for your dinner? Well, I don't think so. I know so, because you're awesome. You got this. I believe in you. Just grab the recipe from our website, dinnerdeas.com, or scan the code we have in the corner of the screen to find us on your phone while you watch this all come together, because now what we're doing is just kind of bringing all these flavors together.
Yep, so this isn't super hot anymore. It's nice and cool. And we're going to add that in there.
And just go straight in.
Yep, straight into the reduction, into our yogurt. So this is going to make it a little bit more smooth. And gently, I'm going to stir that in with a whisk. If I would just had a spatula, it would probably be like splashing up on me.
Okay, so it's intentional for this, so that way then you can be able to just really fold all of the liquid in.
Yeah, yeah. So this is coming together now. So you got that nice kind of orangey, change that, but it's still nice and smooth. So we can put it on the plate, and it's spreadable, and you got a lot of flavor in there. And you can use this for really anything. It's with our snapper dish, but it can go with, you can use it as a base for a dip. You can use it for shrimp, scallops, salmon, whatever you like, chicken, so anything.
I love it. So good shelf life then, if you wanted to do this in batch, put it in the refrigerator, and then be able to meal plan for the rest of the week.
Right, it can be ready. Same thing with the carrots. You can keep them cold, and they're already cooked and seasoned, so now you can just warm them up, which is really nice.
I love it. And I feel the warm heat of this pan, and I see the snapper. So what do we got to do over here?
Over here, we have our lovely snapper, so Gulf snapper here. I've already taken the skin off of it, and we're gonna season it with salt and white pepper.
Now, why snapper for this dish?
It's local. We're in Florida. Why not have Gulf snapper, and you just get what's fresh. Get what you like and enjoy. If you see it and it's looking beautiful, nice and pink, like get that. Just try something, which is really cool. It's fun. I love it. So.
Okay.
So I'm gonna season it, and we're gonna feed the chickens. So you're feeding up high, so then that salt hits nice and even.
Whoa. Break that down for me. We're gonna feed the chickens. Well, I've got snapper in my hand right here. What does that mean? What is feed the chickens?
So you season up high, because if you're down low, you're just gonna have this little pocket of seasoning. So it's up high, it's nice and even, like you're throwing salt around for the chickens in the farm.
Okay,
so,
all right, so we're gonna feed the chickens. All right, so we're going high, so it just has a greater means for it to spread out.
Nice
that
and even.
concentration.
Yeah, and then we have just a little bit of white pepper to get it. It's gonna, preserve it just like why we use white pepper here, so it doesn't change the color or how the
you're
snapper
saying
looks.
that's speckling, so
Yes.
you don't want that here. Okay.
No. So our pan is nice and hot. Again, hot pan, cold oil is gonna help prevent the snapper from sticking or any fish. And this is a great technique, so generous. Turn it down a little bit, medium, and presentation side. So this is skin side, the back side is the skin, so this is a presentation. And we're gonna put it in facing away from yourself, so you don't splash hot oil on yourself.
Yeah, you always go around.
So be very careful with that.
Perfect.
Do the same thing with this other. Nice and general.
These are good sized pieces here too.
Yeah, nice. Nice and neat right there. And on the back side, I'll hit it with a little bit more salt. One side on the white pepper is good enough.
Just feeding the chickens. Just
Yep.
feed the chickens.
Yes, of course. So we're gonna let this cook. It's like medium-high right now. If it's high all the time, it's gonna burn and scorch it, and you don't want that. You gotta show it some love, okay?
Well, let's give it some love because
Yeah,
while
give
our
it-
snapper sears, we're taking a quick break. But when we come back, how to use pistachios for a quick pesto ahead on Dinner Diaz. Welcome back to Dinner Diaz. Chef Olivia Giesler is our guest today, celebrating seafood as we sear this snapper, but also so much more with recipes for Gulf snapper with orange yogurt sauce, tarragon pesto, and a farro and carrot salad. Before the break, we took our chili carrots off the heat and set them on a sheet tray to cool down for the salad, then finished up our orange sauce by adding in honey, yogurt, salt, and cumin. And last but certainly not least, we seasoned and seared our snapper with a very fun little term of how we did that, which was we got to feed the chicken. It was
Right. Oh yes, feed the chicken. Sorry, getting ahead of
We got
myself.
to feed the chicken, and then we
Feed the
baste
chickens.
it.
Yeah.
And the basting allowed for a little bit more moisture for everything and some more flavors. Ready?
Yes.
What are
Yep.
we looking for here?
So we've got fresh lemon juice. Well, I gotta flip the fish first, and then we'll baste it. So we're getting nice color underneath. We can start seeing the edges here.
So we're seeing really it's starting to whiten around the edges, starting to come through inside that middle from where that pink was to know that like, hey, this is.
It's pretty much cooked all the way through, just about, and we're just finishing up. So I'm gonna flip it away from myself. Nice golden brown color.
Oh, that's
and
beautiful.
the same thing with the other one. And if you're on a gas stove, turn off the heat for this part,
Okay.
because it's gonna help prevent the flame. So we're gonna hit it with lemon juice first, and that's going to cool off the pan and get that nice fresh lemon on here. And then we're gonna hit it with some butter.
Oh, I love the smell of lemon. Like,
Yeah.
like right now, this is like so exciting.
So we've got our butter here, and that lemon juice is also preventing the butter from burning. But we want all that butter goodness, because who doesn't want butter?
Absolutely. So this is just bringing all that flavor, allowing it for it to not to overcook and burn, and just
Yes.
getting more of just that beautiful lemon butter bite behind
Right.
the fish.
And then we're gonna put it over here. It's all the way cooked, and we're gonna put it on a little towel just to catch all the extra juices, so that way it's not bleeding on our plates that we work so hard for.
How important is it when you're thinking about cooking at the house? Because I mean, you're doing this on scale
Yeah.
at the Pearl, but at home, do you set it up for yourself and put like towels out and paper towels and make sure that hey, it's not going to bleed out and just leach like?
Well, I try to, have it ready, and like it just shows that extra step of love and appreciation for yourself or whoever you're cooking for.
I love that. To grab Chef Olivia's recipe for all of these divine dishes, head to our website, dinnerdiaz.com is where you'll find it. We have the recipe ready to download, and you can even watch the whole show over again. If you missed anything, just scan the QR code to find us. All right, so we're talking about pesto,
Yes.
but I'm not seeing any pine nuts over here. You toasted pistachios during the break here.
Yeah. So we have pistachios.
An uncommon ingredient when it comes to a pesto because like people are thinking like, hey, it's gotta be a toasted pine nut, but no, it doesn't.
You gotta have some fun. You gotta be playful.
Okay.
So pistachios are nice because you've got this bright green color, and we're using tarragon and then orange and lemon zest. in
Okay,
here.
so we're kind of cutting away from some of the norms that we're
It's,
thinking.
no
an
ode
basil.
to
Okay,
it.
we're
It's
going
an
for tarragon.
ode, yeah.
Hey, pine nuts, no, we're going for the pistachios. But there's no rules, just having fun with food.
Right, exactly.
All right, cool.
So we have that. So these have been toasted and chopped up. Just put them in the oven so they get nice and aromatic.
Okay.
We have fresh tarragon here, chopped up, so fresh leaves. So that's just gonna give it that nice floralness to it. So I add a little bit there, and however much you want. And then we have our lemon and oranges. This is nice because it ties into our yogurt sauce since we use both of those in it. So you can zest it and then use the juice inside of it. So we have some nice love here, and it's on a microplane. So it just gets the freshness there. And then we'll also
What's
do
one of your
oranges.
favorite toys for being a chef in the kitchen? Like, is a microplane part of that arsenal for you?
Yes, I mean, I have a drawer. Like, I have lots of knives, but I have to have a microplane. I have to have my fish spatula. Like, all those tools, I just don't feel set without them.
They have the purpose for what they need to do.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's fun, and you can have a lot there. We have a little bit of salt to season And it's just rustic. It doesn't have to be super fine or anything, so you can do it by yourself. A little extra virgin olive oil, nice and decadent there, is kind of bringing that, just love that flavor, that rich, olive taste to it. And we'll combine it, adjust it, fresh cracked black pepper. And this keeps, you can keep it in the cooler, mix it up, but that way you can already have it prepped together and it will just really elevate your salads or, any dishes so you have some texture and brightness to it.
Absolutely fantastic.
So that's our pesto. Nice and straightforward, easy, but it's gonna give you a lot of, flavor and still feel good about yourself. It's
Very
healthy.
Cool.
So.
And I'm already feeling healthy because we were cooking with those carrots earlier.
Yeah.
So what do we have to put this all together to really?
So now we're just making our, warm farro salad. So we have our cooked farro right here. And so we'll add those to our pan. And that way you can do this beforehand, in the week or have it ready to go. So you don't have to make all this at once, which is nice because it can prep, it can last. Our caramelized onions right there. So that's gonna add our lovely sweetness to it. Our glazed carrots, that has that yellow ají amarillo chili paste in there. So a nice bright color, a little bit of sweetness, a little bit of texture to it. Really makes that farro more exciting and have a little bit more, just some texture, some texture going on. And our lovely chickpeas or garbanzo beans.
Now these are just straight out of the can?
Rinsed, yeah.
And rinsed.
Yep, so don't make it hard on yourself. It's okay. So we don't have to do everything completely from scratch, but make your life easier. So we've got lots of textures in here, flavors, it's hearty, you got protein. And we'll brighten it up with a little bit of that golden balsamic and then our fresh lemon juice right there. Again, left over from what we zested. And we just have that all warmed together so we can have all those lovely flavors that we put together and prepped up beforehand. So
I love it. It looks absolutely fantastic. Now this becomes like the fun part of it all.
Yeah.
Because now we got to put it all together.
Yes, we get to combine it all. So we have our lovely plates and we have one more spoon. So we have our yogurt sauce. I'm gonna start with our yogurt sauce on the plate. So kind of building it, which is great. So, and I use a spoon, use 2 hands, play with 2 hands. And I'm just
So you're giving permission to play with your food?
Yes,
All
you
right.
have to. You gotta put the 2 things down, you gotta play it with 2 hands. And that way you can give it the love and you have control over it.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna put the pesto around here, our lovely pesto, so you can see the pistachios in there. It gives that texture, it gives that the other brightness. It's just playful and it's fun. It's not too serious.
I love that.
And then our salad right here, our farro. So farro, carrots, caramelized onions, garbanzo beans, and we're just gonna tuck that in a little bit offset so that way we're not hiding everything. Again, 2 hands right there, and we'll finish with our lovely snapper. I'm just gonna tuck that in a little on top. Give yourself a little parsley leaf, just finish it. Give it a little zhuzh.
A little zhuzh
A little zhuzh.
it doesn't take that much longer to really take it to this elevated level if you've got it all right there.
Just nice, beautiful, and fresh, and you give that to your family or yourself, you're like, okay, I feel good. I did care and love and, give
With
back.
an absolutely stunning dish. I love it. When we come back, we do have to ruthlessly just undo all of this beautiful, precise plating because we need to eat it and try it. And join us back here for some yum yums ahead on Dinner DeeAs. Welcome back to Dinner DeeAs. Chef Olivia Giesler is joining us today from the Pearl. They have restaurants in Ohio and Tampa, and Florida was her inspiration for this dish of Gulf snapper with an orange yogurt sauce, tarragon pesto, and a farro and carrot salad. And it might seem like a whole lot because this is literally from your menu, but even if you just take parts of it, you make the salad or you make the sauce, they can liven up any meal and almost any protein too.
Yeah, it's fun because you can use these techniques and create what you want with it. So it's not too serious, and they're great for prepping a couple days ahead, so then you can just assemble it and just have to cook the fish so it's all ready. So it's nice and easy, but lots of flavor.
I love it. All right, lead me down this pathway with you here, Chef.
So
where are we going in first?
Grab a little bite of the snapper because it's nice and hot and fresh, and then just kind of get a little bit of sauce in there, a little bit of salad is the best way to go. So.
Okay. Oh, wow.
Yeah, the yogurt, the texture, all nice and bright.
All nice and bright. Little subtleties of the sweetness behind it, too.
Yeah.
This juxtaposition is killer.
But the citrus, so since it's reduced down, it's not just that vinegar too overpowering with the yogurt, so you've got the flavor, but it's sweet, and then a little bit of heat, but nothing like spicy to be like afraid of, so.
And you keep going back for more, right?
So like a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
What's your favorite part of it? Like, what are you going back for with that for to be like, ooh, I'm going back for that bite?
I love the tarragon and the yogurt sauce combined. That's just together, I just love it. So.
Oh, this is beautiful. And the fish is just such an absolutely beautiful, beautiful sear to it. And that makes it so much right there. This is absolutely stunning.
Yeah, very nice.
Thank you again to Chef Olivia. Grab her recipe for this dish at dinnerdeals.com. We also have a link to the Pearl in Tampa where she is the executive chef. And if you make this for your dinner, send us a photo. We want to see it. I'm Jeff Philbin. Thanks for watching and see you next time with more Dinner Deals.
Thank you.